This week we get our chance to focus an episode around Bello. Despite not fully believing in becoming human, Bello seems to spend the most time around people. He disguises himself as a young kid and plays video games with his friends all day. They control the local arcade and get in a turf war with a rival group. One day that rival group hires some help from Upper, who considers himself a champion at arcade games. At first, it looks like this snobby rich kid might have a chance against Bello, but Bello isn't about to lose his turf, and he easily crushes him. Impressed by the brutal death and destruction that he just suffered through, he invites Bello up to his house to play some more. His dad is the bodyguard of a new counselor. Other counselors have been getting assassinated, so he's keeping a closer eye on Mr. Caver. Bello hears something in the distance and rushes to Carver's aid. The assassin poisoned the counselor's drink and escapes before Bello is able to grab him. Carver thanks Bello, but his bodyguard has a different response. He tells his son to never see Bello again. And is he just angry because a kid did his job for him, or is it something else? Following the shadow assassin down into the sewers, his employer reveals all but his face and tells him that secrecy is no longer a priority and to eliminate their targets at all cost. We next see Counselor Carver killed in broad daylight right outside the town hall, and his bodyguard doesn't seem to be overly concerned. He has been secretly eliminating any competition who stands in his way of turning the outside into something. We don't really know what his end goal is, because yeah, he gets immediately murdered. It seems to be a running trend so far that we get a really interesting setup with an obvious red herring and a short but cool monster battle against the real villain or whoever they hired. I think I'd be a lot more invested in BEM if it took the time to stretch these stories out. Although cool, every episode feels incredibly rushed and unfinished, like they're pointless B-plots. Instead of actually building towards anything, they're just filling time before any real story begins. BEM's premise is extremely interesting, but these first few episodes haven't been living up to what I expected. They've been enjoyable to watch, but feel empty and meaningless as if they're just padding. Thanks for watching. Check your screen for the BEM playlist and a video YouTube seems to think you'll dork out over, or just check the description for anything else you need. Well, peace weebs.